Hey, and welcome to a month in review, where I talk about all the notable games that I played over the past month. Starting off with Dark Souls 2, instead of playing this after Dark Souls 1, like a normal person would do, I went 1, 3, then 2. Part of the reason I did this was because after I initially played Dark Souls 1, I was told that DS2 just wasn't worth it. The level design was weird, the additions were lackluster, and the bosses were trash. So I skipped it. And Dark Souls 3 was only like a year away, so I just waited. Now that I'm going back, how was it? Well, after Dark Souls 3, the level design of 2 is way less handholdy and linear, and personally feels a little bit more confusing. Let me explain. Now I'll be honest, I don't remember how early Dark Souls even feels, but I don't remember the game being so oppressive in the early stages. Not just with the enemies, but the layout as well. Every time it feels like you make progress, there's either a dead end or several choices to choose from. But that last part I actually love because this game reminds me of the adventure I had in Dark Souls 1. The ghosts in this game fucking suck though, and make me have even more trust issues.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
The invincibility frames in DS1 and DS3 also seemed way more consistent than this. One time I'll dodge roll and it'll be fine. The next time I'll do it and I'll still get hit. It's like Danny Phantom going ghost and getting past Skulker, but him trying it on the box ghost and getting his shit pushed in. Getting back into a Dark Souls game really reminds me of how much I love the series and the types of games where they tell you very little but expect a lot from you. I also think that most of my criticisms, aside from the hitboxes, are just because I've gotten used to the more fast-paced combat of DS3, so take everything I just said with a grain of salt. But with a game like this, I still have to put a compilation of me dying, so you can enjoy that.
Heads up! Heads up! Here's another one, and another one. Why you all in my ear talking a whole bunch of shit that I ain't trying to hear? Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Geek, I ain't playing around. Make one false move, I take you down. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. So come on, don't get swung on. It's the knick-knack, paddywhack, still riding Cadillac. Family off the street, made my homies put the baggage back. Still stacking black, still action-packed. And dope, I keep it flipping like acrobat. That's why I pack a Mac, that'll crack a back. Cause on my waist is more heat than the Shack Attack. But I ain't speaking about ballin', just thinking about brawling till y'all start falling. We all in together now.
Moving on to another From Software game, it's the OneArmed Ninja, not from the Leaf Village, the White Wolf, no, not that one, Mr. Feudal Bionic Commando himself, Sekiro. So ninja games are always going to be my favorite, and with From Software making this one, this was definitely a game that I was looking forward to. So far, this game is tied with Dark Souls 3 for my favorite From Software game, and that has a lot to do with the speed and aggression of this game. And because of just how aggressive the enemies are, FromSoft added a new resurrection mechanic that allows you to come back after a death, and the amount of times you can come back is tied to... oh, I thought that it was tied to progression and you could unlock more or something, but nope, you only get 2 chances. Personally, I think that the resurrection mechanic is a great and much needed addition since the startup frames of some enemies are stupid fast, and you will get caught off guard constantly. That, coupled with 4 ways of dealing with enemy attacks, parrying, blocking, dodging, and running away because you can't fight that thing head on, there's way more depth in the combat than in traditional Dark Souls since you really only need to dodge roll and attack in those. Aside from a few frame rate issues when jumping from higher areas or other little hiccups, the game is pretty polished on Xbox and I'm having a lot of fun with it. But who cares about positivity? Here's another small compilation of me dying over the span of like 2 hours.
Jesus is the one. Hell yeah, praise Jesus Christ, nigga, free Palestine, free TK.
I take you on a trip down memory lane. This is not a rapper, I'm slinging crack or more cocaine. This is cold a second, plenty cognac and major pain. Not the drill sergeant, but the stress that weighing on your brain. It was BL Boogie, yeah, YG Lucky. Ride down Rose Crescent, got ugly, waving your hand out the window. Check your yourself. Warriors and Conan's hope euphoria can slow dance with society. The driver seat, the first one to get killed. Seen a light-skinned nigga with his brains blown out. At the same purpose there was saying gout. Now this is not a tape recorder saying that he did it, but ever since that day I was looking at him different. That was back when I was 9. Joey packed a 9. Pack a stand on every porch is fine. We adapt to crime. Pack a van with 4 guns at a time. With the sliding door. Fuck it's up. Fuck you shooting for. If you ain't walking up, you fucking punk. Picking up the fucking punk. Picking up you sucker, dick or die, you sucker. Bunch of water bullets coming from AKs, ARs, AR.
Finally, keeping up with the Dark Souls-esque theme, the final game that I want to talk about is Destiny 2. Listen, with school and trying to plan out some of these videos, I didn't really play that many new games, but I do have some more things to say about it, so here we go. And remember, all of this is from the perspective of a new light player. So, I've switched to playing Destiny almost exclusively on PC, and I only play on Xbox when I want to play Forsaken content since a friend of mine bought that DLC, and I game share with him. Because I mainly play on PC, this means that my playing habits have also changed in 2 main ways. 1, I'm just straight up playing the game less since my PC isn't my main way of playing games. And 2, the time that I do spend on the game is way more streamlined and efficient. So yay, no more 3-minute load screens. I've also made some progress with a few exotic quests like with the Lumina quest and the Bad Juju quest, but the tedium of these particular quests is really starting to weigh on me. Completing specific tasks while only using specific weapons is the exact opposite way that I want to spend my time in a game. I prefer the Whisper of the Worm type quests, where you either go through a gauntlet specifically designed for that exotic, or a more difficult version of a strike, like with the final part of the Thorn quest. Honestly, over the past month, I've been really surprised at how much I've fallen off with this game. Sure, some of that can be attributed to school taking some time away from my gaming habits, but I also just feel kind of burned out on playing the same strikes and playing on the same fucking maps in the Crucible for like 3 hours straight. I couldn't even imagine playing this game for 2 years, so I have no idea how day 1 players are still going. I don't even think that I've played a game where I know that I haven't played through all the content, but still feel like there isn't enough content to play. The fact that there aren't Sparrow races or more diverse PvP game modes that might be more akin to like party game modes in games like Call of Duty, I just don't understand. Just off the top of my head, having a game mode where supers charge faster or a gun game-esque mode would be a nice addition even if they're only on a weekly rotation. Now, I really don't even know the ins and outs of builds and if changing things like super and grenade rates would even work in a game with how you can customize them already, but having something to do other than capture the flag, free-for-all, and team deathmatch would definitely make me want to play the game more often, and it would make the game feel fresh every time I play it. We'll see how much longer I'll be playing Destiny. At this point, I'm thinking of picking up Warframe again, but until they put in cross-save, I'm not going to dive back into that game again. Yo, wait a minute. I just realized that Warframe is technically just a ninja game set in space. Maybe I will start with it again. Next time on Month in Review. Will PR play Warframe again? Will he finish Dark Souls 2 and Sekiro? When will he get better ideas? Find out next time on Month in Review for February.